my dad ever gave me. So, hello, that means to go to sugar daddy. But that wasn't the right thing to do, in my opinion.
Yeah, bless you.
Touch my body,
Kiss your body, yeah.
love my body,
Miss your body, yeah.
Me and you, boy, it's a one-on-one.
Yeah, we ain't leaving till somebody come. Yeah,
Me and you, boy, it's a one-on-one.
yeah, it's me and you, girl, yeah.
Touch my body.
Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel, you guys. Alright, so I know you guys read that title. You read the title, so you clicked. I already know that. So I am going to be reacting to this animation, and it's called I Got Implants to Satisfy My Sugar Daddy. Ain't that crazy, y'all? I'm like, what? So, what I'm going to do is, let me tell you who it's by first. It's by My Story Animated, okay, y'all? So, this is going to be a good one. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit the bell so you'll be notified every time me and Sean together drop a video, because y'all don't want to miss these videos. Like, you don't want to miss these videos. So yeah, here we go, y'all. Oh, thumbs up the video if you like it. Wait to the end. Okay, here we go.
This is the story of how I became a sugar baby. You see, I was born into a rich family.
Oh, so she was a little
bougie
baby.
Until one time, the police came to our house and took all of our possessions. I was so angry with my dad because he never told us.
Oh my gosh!
After that, we had to move to a homeless shelter because we had nowhere else to go. I hated it there. I couldn't stand this life, so I decided I was going to do something about it. First thing I did was
okay, that's good. Whoa, $7 an hour.
$7 an hour. The money I was making a day wouldn't even cover my lunch, but I had no choice. Money became so tight that I was forced to start selling my things to survive.
No, like, it's just clothes, like, bro.
And eventually I ended up sitting on the street corner, surrounded by the things I used to own.
See, and that's the issue with rich people. As soon as they don't have no money, they all depressed or whatnot. But they got all these valuables that they can sell for money. So whatever.
Until one time, I felt a hand grabbing me in my sleep, and I woke up immediately. When I looked to see who was there, I saw an old man standing in what looked like a designer suit with a cigar in his hand. I asked him how did he get a suit like that. He must be rich. He was impressed that I knew the designer. He said he felt bad for me, sleeping on a street corner like that.
Look at his mustache, bro.
I thanked him, but refused to go home with the stranger. He then made a phone call and said that he wasn't going to take me home with him if that's okay. Instead, he booked me a room at a 5-star hotel and drove me there in his limo. When we arrived, he took me to my room and confessed that he thought I was a beautiful woman, and a beautiful woman as myself should never be on the streets like that. He then kissed me on the forehead.
That was really nice of him.
I was amazed. I guess that my boob job, perfect gym body, and face fillers from my good days still did the job.
That's what dudes be saying so they can get what they want.
Saying that he was waiting for me in the lobby. When I found him, he took me in his limo to a really nice restaurant and we had breakfast. You don't seem that impressed with the fancy lifestyle for a woman who is homeless, he told me. So I told him my story, how I was rich like him once, and how we lost all of our money because of my dad's stupidity.
So she wanted this because she was missing the good life.
My own father failed to take care of me.
So of course she's gonna do it.
Without knowing what a sugar baby is. And when I asked him about it, he said he'll explain later. We went back to the hotel and he started showing me all the things he was willing to buy. He also promised me $10,000.
Like, does this really happen? Like, I wonder if
My
this
dad
is
used to
really
give me.
true. Like,
But when I asked him what do I have to do in return, he said that I had to be his girlfriend. What about the ring on your finger? I asked. Are you married? He said that his wife is an old lady
$10,000
who he
a
can't
week.
stand anymore and that I should not worry about her. I didn't really want to say yes to becoming this guy's sugar baby. I mean, he was like 30 years old. But I also hated the idea of going back to live on the streets like a homeless person. So
Oh my goodness.
After that, Tom bought me my
So
own
you
present
being
into
a
a car.
sugar
They were
daddy
both
to a
fancy and I loved
dude
them.
that's already
Unfortunately,
married.
a thank you wasn't enough, and I had to give him something back in return. I kissed him, wore
But
pretty
hey,
underwear for him, and did
she's
everything
used
he
to the
asked
money,
for.
so of
But at
course
the
she
time,
gonna say
all of that
yes.
seemed like it was worth it. Tom never slept at my apartment though, because he had to go back to his house to see his wife
What you
and
gotta do?
kids. So I slept alone every night. When I told Tom that I was lonely, he got me a puppy
Well,
and
he's
named
giving
him
you money,
Alfredo,
so
even
what
though
do
I
you
wanted to name
expect?
him Munchkins.
He ain't just gonna
And
give you
since that
that
day,
money
I started
and
to
then
notice
be
how
like,
bossy and controlling Tom was.
oh,
I began
you
to
don't
really
have to do
hate him. He
anything.
started asking me to change myself slowly. I only wore the things he wanted me to. It was all pretty clothes, and after a while, he thought that I should get another boob job because my implants were too small, as he described.
Well, you already
And
in the
on top of
situation
that,
now,
he made me dye
bruh.
my hair blonde. Basically, I was a prisoner living a luxurious
Y'all, if you hear my
lifestyle.
kids
It
in the
didn't make me
back, I
happy.
am
When I wanted
totally
out,
sorry.
Tom demanded that I
They're
pay
going
him
to
back
sleep
every
after I
penny he
do this
spent on me,
video.
and then I could leave. But in reality, that was impossible to achieve. Until one day, I was sitting in a cafe and a guy came and started hitting
So
me.
get out.
He said that I looked so hot, and then he asked if my breasts
Oh,
were natural.
wow.
I was furious and told him to go away. Eventually, we got into a
Yeah.
big fight, and that's when I had no other choice but to call Tom and ask him for help. But when I did, Tom told me, "You look like a hoe. Why would anyone treat you any differently?" He then added that he was too busy for the BS, and he hung up. I didn't want to seem weak in front of everyone, but tears started falling down my cheeks uncontrollably. But then I felt a hand grabbing me, and when I looked over, I saw that it was the barrister who sold me my coffee. "Come with me," he said, and he
She
took me to the
cried.
back side of the cafe. This guy's name was Edward. He dried my tears and listened to me as I told him about the guy. He was a pretty good listener, so before I
who's
knew
that
it, I started
guy?
telling him about Tom and then my story as a sugar baby and what had happened with my father. We spent hours talking, and I could swear that for the first time, I felt like someone really actually cared about me. Edward took my number and said that he'll call me and help fix my problem. At night, I waited for Edward to text me, but he never did. I went to
See,
bed
so
at 2 a.m.
technically
knowing
that
no one
guy
really cared about me in
is
this
the
world.
guy that she should
I was
have
just a
been
bimbo
with.
whose whole life relied on men to provide for her. I wish that I could be my own self and independent. I slept that night hugging my pillow and crying. But when I woke up, I saw a text from Edward that he sent at 3 a.m.
Wow,
It said,
I thought
"Sorry,
he would
Hannah,
like
but I
her.
was stuck at a late night shift. How are you?"
You
I was
were
happy that Edward texted
independent,
me. I
and
sent
then
a
you
text back,
couldn't.
and since that day, I started texting him all the time. He told me that he likes kids and that he loved traveling. He was very intellectual
Oh,
and
he
read a
did
lot of
text her
books,
back.
and most importantly, he had a good heart. After months of texting, I decided to meet up with him behind Tom's back. I would see Edward every other day, and the more we met, the more I fell for him. I wished that I
See,
could
that
run
would
away
be
with
like
Edward
the
somewhere
perfect
far
dude
away,
for her.
but he didn't have enough money to support both of us. And I wanted to work, but if Tom found out, he would probably kill me. Until one day, I decided that I wasn't going to let Tom stop me from doing what I wanted to do anymore. And I decided to start working with Edward at the cafe without Tom's knowledge. And it felt great. I started saving the money that I was making, and it made me feel good about myself. Soon enough,
What
I
she
wasn't
should have
spending
did,
Tom's
she
money
should have
anymore,
saved
which
the
meant that I
money
was on
that
my way
he
to
gave
becoming
her,
independent.
stack
But then
that
bad
stuff
luck struck
up.
again, and I found myself facing Tom one day at the cafe. I never expected him to buy his coffee from a place like this, so I never planned how I should react in a situation like this. When he saw me, he was very angry. He then told one of his men to escort me to my apartment before I could even say goodbye to Edward. His guy took me with him and drove me back to the apartment and left me there, and took the keys. When I searched for my phone, I found
Like,
out
what
he
is
took
you
that
mad
too.
though?
I had
She
no cell or
working.
Wi-Fi connection anymore. Tom had basically cut me off completely from the outside world, and I had no way out. For the next week, I was in the apartment with Alfredo.
See,
all
that's the
alone.
thing.
No
You
one
can't
came
be
to visit me,
trusting
not even
everybody,
Tom.
and you
I felt
shouldn't
like I
do
was
this.
about to go insane. But after 7
Like,
days,
this is
I was
dumb.
surprised to see Tom visiting me. He gave me a hug and said that he missed his sugar baby. Then he started asking why did I do all of that stuff behind his back, And what was it that bothered me? As if he cared about my well-being at all. I tried to act nice to him in hopes that I would persuade him to let me go.
He was
But
in
as soon
time.
as he
She was
left,
in time
he
out
locked
for
the door
7
behind him
days,
and
y'all.
left me in my prison again. I couldn't live like this anymore. I felt like I was about to go insane. I started hitting the door trying to break it, but instead I broke my arm.
Nah, she should
I
have
was in so
persuaded
much
him that
pain,
she
I couldn't
need
even
more
breathe.
money
I
and then
wasn't
get
about to give
enough
up.
money
I wrapped
together
my
so
arm
they
with
can
bed
run
sheets
away.
and grabbed the biggest chair I could find in the apartment and smashed the
Oh,
window.
now
I
she's
struggled to get
delusional.
out, but when I did, I headed to the cafe I used to work in and I looked for Edward. But when I saw him, he was holding another girl's hand. I slapped him on the face and called him a cheater in front of everyone and left the cafe.
Oh, she
After a
out of
few
there.
minutes, I noticed that Edward came and sat beside me and gave me a big hug. He said that he was sorry and that he thought that I had left him, and he's been so upset about it. I decided to forgive him, but then he revealed to me that he had already gotten that girl pregnant and that he had to stay with her to raise the baby. I was devastated, but that wasn't going to let me give up and go back to Tom. I started working at that cafe like I used to, and I would see Edward and his pregnant girlfriend flirting with each other at the cafe every day. She was a total hoe if you ask me, but I was determined to stay strong until one day a guy with a suit came to the cafe and asked me out for a date. I was hesitant about going out with more men, but it was hard for me to see that Edward had moved on with someone else, so I agreed. Luckily, that guy was very rich, but he wasn't anything like Tom. He bought me everything I wanted, and he also loved and cared about me. I guess you can say that he was my lover and sugar daddy at the same time. As for Edward, well, he would see my new boyfriend at the cafe and get really jealous, but I didn't feel sorry for him. Did you like my story? Please share your thoughts down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Toby and I met when we were 13, and we became best friends almost instantly. When we were 15, we decided to start dating. I am on the school hockey team.
It's a
That
bonus
is
story.
where I met Jason. He was in the year below me at school, but he was so tall and strong, with dazzling eyes. I couldn't help but blush when he came to sign up. Over the next few weeks, Jason and I spoke more and more. We held hands, and he told me he loved me. He told me to break it off with Toby and asked me to be his girlfriend. I didn't know what to do. It was coming up to summer vacation, and I told Jason I would end it with Toby. But I didn't.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't. I kept putting it off. I saw Toby a few times during the holidays, but it felt strange and fake.
Oh, why would
Worried that he was suspecting something, I told him that I loved him and arranged for
Don't
us to
put
go
it
out
off. Either do it or don't do it. You
Toby,
can't be
I left to go
dating
to the
two people
bathroom.
at once.
But when I came back, he had my phone in his hand. Jason had messaged me whilst I'd been gone, and Toby had seen it. I burst into tears, trying to deny it, telling him I was sorry, that it had been a mistake. He walked out.
Oh my gosh.
When I went back to school in the fall, everyone
That's
knew
what
what
you
happened.
get because you should have did it.
Jason wouldn't
How you
speak to
gonna
me
try
anymore
to talk
as I
to
lied
two
to him,
dudes?
and nor would Toby.
That's what
It
she
has been
get.
2 months now since that happened, and people don't really care about what happened anymore.
Of course.
Life is back to normal, except Toby is not in it.
Alright, y'all. That was the end of that video. Like, y'all, like, I don't know, like, I really like that anime. It was crazy, like, it was super crazy. But yeah, that just comes to show you can't depend on people, and you have to get your own job, and you have to work hard until whenever the right person comes for you. And then they'll take care of you and love on you and everything. Because her and that sugar daddy, she only took the sugar daddy because... Hold on, you guys. Alright, guys, I'm back. But, yeah, like, I don't even know where I left off at. But, yeah. Long story short, if you, you know, do your own thing, make your own money, then eventually a guy will find you, cater to you, and you guys will be happily ever after. Now, she was accustomed to getting everything that she wanted. So when the sugar daddy came, she was like, oh, okay, he got money. My dad had money too. oh, he's giving me more money than my dad ever gave me. So, hello, that means to go to sugar daddy. But that wasn't the right thing to do, in my opinion. It really wasn't. But, yeah, with that being said, make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you hit the bell. And yes, you guys, we will be back with another video tomorrow, you guys. Later, you guys.
Touch my body,
Kiss your body, yeah, yeah.
love my body.
Miss your body, yeah, yeah.
Me and you, boy, it's a one-on-one.
Yeah, we ain't leaving till somebody come. Yeah,
Me and you, boy, it's a one-on-one.
yeah, it's me and you, girl, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Touch my body,
Kiss your body, yeah, yeah.
love my body.
Miss your body, yeah, yeah.
Me and you, boy, it's a touch my body,
Kiss your body, yeah, yeah.
love my body.
Miss your body, yeah, yeah.
Me and you, boy, it's a one-on-one.
Yeah, we ain't leaving till somebody come. Yeah,
Me and you, boy, it's a one-on-one.
yeah, it's me and you, girl, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Touch my body,
Kiss your body, yeah, yeah.
love my body.
Miss your body.